California now?
Yes, I'm living in Los Angeles, Southern California. Right now I'm a freshman at USC.
But you're from Pennsylvania?
Yeah, I grew up in Philadelphia, and I grew up just around this love of music, and I know I wanted to do something with my music, and I just didn't know what it was. I just knew I had to do something with music, and a lot of right doors opened for me, and it got me to decide that the best move for my career was to move to Los Angeles, and because this is where the music culture is, the popular.
So you said you've always been into music. Is there a particular moment that you remember where you kind of met music and decided you liked it?
You know, there's a lot of little things, but I can remember an epiphanic moment in my life was when my parents took me to my first concert, which was a Barry Manilow concert. And when he came out, I just had this sudden idea that, well, that's what I want to do. This is what I want to do. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to do that. I don't know. I don't know like what to do next, but I just want to do that.
Well, that's good. So you were actually named after Barry Manilow, weren't you?
Yes, that's correct.
So your parents were fans, right?
Yeah, they were fans, and they obviously met through a fan club. And that being said, they thought that having a boy and naming him Barry was appropriate, and I think that was a good choice. That was a very good choice.
Yep. So if your parents had actually been I don't know, Marilyn Manson fans and named you Marilyn, would you have been able to work that one?
Well, I would. My music would sound a lot different if they were.
Yes.
If I was named after Marilyn Manson.
It would have to, yes. I guess you lucked out that you actually liked Barry Manilow. Otherwise you would have been disowned and thrown out of the house a long time ago, I think. Good. So when was your very first public performance?
It was actually at a Radio Shack.
Okay.
This is quite funny. It was after. Well, I should continue with what I said. I didn't know how I was going to become a musician, and my dad happened to buy some easy playbook that had one-finger arrangements of just some Barry Manilow songs, and he said, "Look, this is going to be really easy. You can figure out something." So I believe the song was "Even Now" or something, and it was just there was only 4 notes involved. Well, I go to the store at the Radio Shack, and I turned the keyboard on, and they used to have them out. You could play on them. I sat down. I started playing "Even Now" because I've been playing it for so long. But I had memorized the entire song, and I think it attracted a bit of a crowd. And
how old at this little Radio Shack concert?
I was only 4.
4. Okay. Wow, that's amazing. That is amazing. So, but since then, I think you've. That was a big moment for you. But since then, I think you've moved to bigger, higher places. You've been on Larry King Live and Dr. Phil, Entertainment Tonight. And so how did you make that leap? How did these people even find out you existed?
Well, we really didn't know what to do because, I think a lot of people have some good circumstances when they're born. Sometimes you have a 50-50 shot. You're born into a musical family or you're not. My parents loved music, but they weren't musicians, so they weren't tied to anybody. They couldn't pick up the phone and call their friend who who was president of, Island Records and say, "Hey, guys, go sign my kid to a deal." And that has happened, but usually it doesn't happen, but, so we didn't have any idea of what to do or how to do it. So I began to I found out that I found all these people in my area who kept going up for Broadway auditions or commercial auditions, and some of them were still the old-fashioned style where they wouldn't let you bring your own background track. They asked you to bring sheet music for their live accompanist to play, or if you'd like, you could bring your own accompanist. And I thought I started making money by saying, "Hey, want to come over to my house and let's rehearse your song. We'll make sure it's right for you. I'll fix the arrangement. We'll get the key right, and then I'll come with you up to New York, and then we'll play it just like we've always done, and you'll nail the audition." And the leap to the television shows came when, but to be honest, it was just random luck. You got to keep the people who make it. You see, make it didn't have and instant success. They've been trying and pressing their luck for so long, and just in one moment, they will finally hit it. And that's the case with I guess maybe the Jonas Brothers. They've been around the industry for a long time before they hit. And that's kind of how it happened. I just kept, if there was an audition for a television show, or if someone had a pitch on their website, could you send us some material? If you have a kid who sings and plays piano, I would just send it in. And at those moments were those 1 out of 100 shots where one finally hit the target, and they said, yes, this is what we're looking for. Come on the show. And it just takes a lot of patience and a lot of work to get that.
So hard work and patience. Yep.
It's also that's so interesting, and like the American Idol people, you see them on television, and Kelly Clarkson, she had been working for a while in the industry, so has Jordin Sparks. In fact, we actually kind of coexisted at a point. She was on the same television show I was, America's Most Talented Kids. I was on that, and so was Taylor Lautner. This is before they were even famous.
Wow.
This is my this is just a day where I just, all they see is some kid has some nunchucks backstage. I'm like, oh, well, that's going to be funny. Then he did Taylor Lautner did this, martial arts routine. It actually won the show. And, so you never know, like, what someone's going to become. And, so they were kind of doing the same thing I was doing. So I knew, having seen their success, it's almost a validation that I'm doing the right thing. I'm making all the right moves.
That's right. Work on your martial arts. But so I'm glad that was America's Most Talented Kids. I thought you were going to say America's Most Wanted, but
no.
don't appear on that show. That's 15 minutes of fame you don't want. But you were on American Idol for kids.
Yeah, American Idol Juniors.
Yeah,
do you remember that spinoff?
Yes, it was Ryan Seacrest. You met him, right? And he had some kind words about you.
Actually, it's funny. We didn't know he was hosting the show until like 2 days before they decided. They were I think they were trying a couple strategies to try to find someone that's like, let's just hire Ryan Seacrest again, because they're trying to go in a different direction with that show, and it was different from the American Idol, so it wasn't what people expected.
Yeah. You had a woman from Entertainment Tonight, Mary Hart, say that you could be the next Clay Aiken.
Yes, that was around the time of American Idol Juniors, and because of the appearance, they were kind of talking about these people who were auditioning for the show, and then I was actually watching this, having no idea that I was going to be on it. All of a sudden, behind her on the big screen, this kid right here, could this be the next Clay Aiken? And then they start rolling my highlights reel of me performing on the stage, and it was a very weird to say, hey Mom, could I turn on Entertainment Tonight because I'm on it right now. It was a very unusual thing to happen.
So what are you working on now?
Well, there's so many things happening right now. One in particular, my band just last night played their first show on campus. It's called Barry Harris and the Euphoria. I decided that this was my chance to make an impression here on the West Coast. I don't know if you heard about this one, but in October I opened for Barry Manilow.
Oh, no. That's
yeah, actually, long story short, he saw me. He was in a film I was in. It was a documentary about music education, actually, at Grammy Camp, which one of the programs I was really involved with. I didn't know he had something to do with the film, and one day, actually, on my birthday, I get a call of, hey, I got a call, Barry Manilow's people have asked for you to open for him at the Hollywood Bowl. Well, I don't know how that happened. It was a Manilow Music Project fundraiser, raised money for Los Angeles school music in the Los Angeles school districts. It was an amazing thing to be a part of, and I don't know, it hit me while I was on that stage. I thought, this is something I want to do all my life, and right now, I'm doing this right now.
Well, now you've sat with Dr. Phil and Larry King Live and a bunch of other very well-known people, but this is the most prestigious and amazing interview you've ever done, isn't it?
Yes, definitely.
All right.